It's your surrender to my identity over you. Because once you realize who you are in me, you stop asking for scraps and start demanding destiny. You stop living on defense and start operating in divine dominion. I am restoring your roar. I am reigniting your revelation. You will no longer apologize for the power I placed in you. You will no longer tiptoe around blessings I crafted for your hands. You will no longer shrink in the name of patience. My spirit in you is not passive. It is piercing. It's time to rise. Not in pride, but in purpose. Not in noise, but in knowing. And when you rise, child, chains will break, not just in your life, but in the lives of those who have been watching you survive. They've seen your fight. Now they will see your fire. My beloved, listen to me closely. There is not a single part of your past I did not already see when I called you. Not one. I saw the wounds you caused, and the ones that were done to you. I saw the detours, the wrong turns, the nights you gave up on yourself. I saw the bitterness you carried for too long, the habits you couldn't shake, the words you wish you could take back. And still, I chose you. I didn't overlook your history. I included it in my plan. I factored in the failures and I still wrote your name in the blueprint. That's how powerful my grace is. That's how secure my calling is. I didn't call you because you were flawless. I called you because I knew that when my love collided with your brokenness, something glorious would rise. You've been disqualifying yourself for too long, holding your past like a wall between us. But child, I tore down every wall when I stretched my arms on that cross. There is nothing left for you to hide behind. I've seen it all. I still choose you. Stop trying to earn what I already gave. Stop trying to pay penance for a past I've already redeemed. My calling over your life wasn't fragile. It was forged in fire. And I'm not reversing it because you stumbled. I'm redeeming it through your surrender. You think your story is tainted, but I say it's anointed. You think your past disqualifies you, but I say it equips you. You carry scars, yes, but those scars are testimonies, not disqualifiers. They speak of survival, of grace, of a God who never let go. You keep looking for someone with a cleaner record, a better resume, a quieter history. But I specialize in raising the ones nobody saw coming. I crown the Davids in the field. I anoint the Pauls with the criminal past. I lift up the Esthers who were overlooked. And I am lifting you, not in spite of your history, but through it. Because your story, my child, is about to become someone else's freedom. So stop waiting to feel worthy. Stop delaying obedience until you feel less flawed. Worthiness was never the requirement, willingness was. I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to be present. Present in this moment. Present in this assignment. Present in your yes. Because I'm not changing my mind. You can't undo what I ordain. You can't out-sin my sovereignty. I called you, and I meant it. I've held your destiny in my hands while you ran. I've guarded your anointing while you doubted. And now I am calling you to stop running, stop hiding, and step fully into what I've already written. This is your moment. Not after you get it all together. Now. Because I've already seen it all. And I still chose you. Love, come closer. Sit with me in the quiet, and hear this from my heart to yours. You have not been buried. You've been planted. And while the world may have overlooked you, while others moved on without noticing the weight you carry, I have been hiding you in the shadows, not to punish you, but to preserve you. There's a difference between isolation and incubation, and I want you to understand this deeply. I never lost sight of you. I never misplaced you. I've had my hand over you the entire time, shielding, guarding, preparing, refining. Because what I've placed within you cannot be exposed prematurely. If unveiled too soon, it would have been misunderstood, misused, or mishandled. You see, child, I was not hiding you from your destiny. I was hiding you for it. I covered you in silence so that your roots could grow deep enough to sustain the glory that is coming. I wrapped you in divine delay so that no one else could hijack what is holy. The world calls it delay. I call it divine discretion. And I must remind you, I don't do public reveals without private preparation. Before the dove descended on my son in public, he spent 30 years in obscurity. Not because he wasn't ready to shine, but because he was being prepared to carry what no one else could. You too, child, have been tucked away for a reason. There were things I had to whisper into your spirit that couldn't be heard in the noise of the crowd. I had to protect the oil on your life from being diluted by popularity. I had to shield your anointing from hands that weren't clean enough to handle it. You thought the silence meant I had forgotten. But in truth, it was evidence that I was focused. I have not stopped working on your behalf. I've just been working behind the curtain. And now, the curtain is beginning to shift. The stage is being set. The veil is being lifted. And when I reveal what I've hidden in you, it will not be for applause. It will be for impact. But hear me clearly. This unveiling must happen on my terms, not theirs. Not according to man's timeline. Not when they demand a performance. Not when you feel impatient. The pressure to be seen can never outweigh the purity I'm producing in you. I'm not preparing you for a moment. I'm preparing you for a movement. This isn't about going viral. This is about going vertical, ascending into your calling, your assignment, your anointing. So don't resent the hiddenness. Reverence it. Treasure it. Because you're not hidden from the world, you're hidden in me. And when I say it's time, no door will remain closed. No platform will be unreachable. No opposition will stop the unveiling. The same God who kept you hidden will be the one who lifts the veil. And when I do, the world will not just see you. It will see me through you. So wait well, beloved. Because what I'm about to reveal cannot be rushed. It must be released. And it will be, in my perfect time. My precious one, I've heard your prayers. I've heard the pleading in the midnight hour, the bold declarations in faith, the whispered requests laced with hope and weariness. Lord, open the door, you've said. Make a way. Show me the opportunity. And I tell you now, I have not turned a deaf ear. I've seen every act of faith, every seed you've sown, every sacrifice you've made when no one was watching. I have felt the hunger in your spirit, the yearning for breakthrough. But as your God, I must ask you something in return. Can I trust you with what's behind the door you're asking me to open? Because, child, I don't just open doors, I assign what's on the other side. And what's behind those doors isn't just blessing, it's weight. It's warfare. It's responsibility. It's not just answered prayer, it's divine assignment. And I won't give you access to something your character isn't ready to carry. I love you too much to set you up for spiritual collapse. You see, open doors are not the finish line. They're the starting point of your next level of obedience. Everyone celebrates the open door, but few understand the cost of walking through it. The distractions will increase. The spiritual warfare will intensify. The expectations will rise. And if your identity is not rooted in me, you'll start performing for applause instead of walking in purpose. That's why I test in the hallway before I promote in the doorway. That's why I let silence linger long enough to see if you will worship me even when the door doesn't budge. That's why I allowed some doors to close right in front of you, not to punish you, but to prepare you. I wasn't denying you access. I was building the foundation that would keep you standing when the wind blew on the other side. And now I'm looking at your heart, not just your hands. I'm asking, can I trust you with visibility without vanity, with increase without entitlement, with promotion without losing your posture of surrender? Because what's behind these next doors is sacred. These aren't just opportunities. They are assignments sealed in heaven. Rooms you didn't ask for. Platforms you didn't build. Influence you didn't chase, but that I chose to entrust to you. And when I open them, you will walk in with more than favor. You will walk in with fire. You will walk in with the authority of one who's been hidden, forged, and proven. But until then, I am still refining, still shaping, still asking, will you trust my timing as much as you trust my promises? Will you seek my face before you seek the door? Because when I find a heart I can trust, there is no door in heaven or on earth that can stay shut. I'm not just opening what you asked for. I'm opening what you didn't know to ask for. And when I do, it will make sense why I waited. So, my child, prepare not just for the door. Prepare for the depth of what's behind it. Because the door is not the destination. It's the beginning of destiny. My beloved, listen. I've been watching you. Yes, every step, every sigh, every moment you've bowed under the invisible weight pressing on your chest. I've seen the quiet moments when you held it all together for everyone else, thinking, if I don't do it, it will fall apart. I've seen you carry burdens not just of your own making, but of others' expectations, silent guilt, and memories that never seem to rest. You've been walking through life like a warrior with wounds, still standing, yes, but bleeding beneath the armor. And today, I come not to scold you, but to rescue you. You've been carrying more than your portion. You've been carrying shame that was never yours to carry, responsibility that I never assigned, expectations I never spoke. And now, I say this with thunderous love. Lay it down. Give it to me. Right here. Right now. You were never meant to be the savior of everyone around you. That role was never yours to assume. You've internalized the trauma, replayed the failure, held yourself hostage to the what-ifs and should-haves. But I need you to understand, child, there's a difference between stewardship and slavery. And you've crossed the line, believing that overfunctioning is obedience. It is not. It's exhaustion disguised as duty. And I never asked that of you. Yes, you are strong, but you are not meant to be self-sufficient. Yes, you are compassionate, but not to the point of collapsing under the emotional weight of everyone else's brokenness. You were called to be my vessel, not my replacement. And this very moment, is your invitation back into alignment. I want to restore the rhythm of rest in your life. I want to remind you of the freedom that flows from trusting me completely. Now, child, let me speak to that hidden place in your heart, the part that thinks laying it down means you're failing someone, the part that whispers, if I let go, everything will fall apart. Let me tell you something holy. If what you're holding can't survive without you holding it, it was never sustainable to begin with. I am God. I hold it all. You don't have to keep performing, fixing, or earning your worth. I love you before you lifted a finger. I chose you before you did anything useful. And I am not impressed by your exhaustion. I am moved by your surrender. So give me what you've clung to. The regrets. The fears. The people. the pressure. Give me the weight of their expectations, the burden of your perfectionism, the grief that still lingers from years ago. None of it belongs on your shoulders anymore. Not because it doesn't matter, but because it matters so much that only my shoulders can bear it. You will breathe differently when you let go. You will move lighter, hear clear, love deeper. You will laugh again without wondering when the pain will return. This is not about giving up, it's about coming home. I'm restoring balance to your soul. I'm reclaiming space in your spirit where chaos has camped out for too long. And when you release what was never yours to carry, you'll finally be able to carry what I did give you: peace, joy, clarity, purpose. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. Trade me your weight for my wind. You were never meant to drag your way through this journey. You were meant to soar. So lift your hands, child. This is not just a message, it's a transfer. And I'm taking everything now that was never yours to carry again. You've been walking with me line by line, and by now you know. I must speak to you immediately, because souls are hanging in the balance. My word to you is not just meant to comfort, it is meant to commission. When you give, through Super Thanks membership, or the PayPal link below, you become a floodgate of living water, releasing this message into dry lands where hearts are thirsty for hope. I told you my word will not return void, Isaiah 55:11. And when you sow into it, you become part of its mission, part of its movement, part of my miracle in motion. This isn't just generosity, it's prophetic obedience. And to every giver, I release the blessing of Malachi 3:10. I will open the windows of heaven and pour out so much blessing you won't have room to contain it. Now act. Support what your spirit already knows is sacred. My child, oh, if only you knew. If only you could see what I see behind the veil. The times you assumed I was doing nothing were actually the most strategic moments of divine orchestration. You cried out, "Why is nothing moving?" But behind the scenes, I was moving everything. I was aligning hearts, shifting timelines, rerouting what was meant for evil and reshaping it for your good. You only saw silence, but I was writing scenes. And if I showed it to you all at once, it would overwhelm your human understanding. You'd be stunned by the layers, the divine detours. The way one know you mourn saved you from 1,000 hidden snares. The way I used delay to make room for deliverance. The way I routed pain into purpose. Nothing, hear me, nothing, was wasted. Every thread is being woven into a story more beautiful than you can imagine. And here's the truth. I'm not done. Yes, it's felt like the story paused, like you hit a chapter break, and the pages just went blank. But child, I am the author. I don't leave stories unfinished. I don't drop the pen when the plot twists. I dig deeper. I write richer. I pull in redemption from corners you didn't know existed. You think the best part is behind you, but the most powerful chapters are still being formed. You've seen my provision, but you haven't seen my glory in full yet. You've tasted grace, but you haven't drunk from the deep well of fulfilled promise. You're not at the end, you're at the turn. And every divine turn carries the power to transform the entire trajectory. That heartbreak you thought was the finale, it was only the setup for something holy. That betrayal that gutted you, it created the vacancy for better alignment. That door that slammed, that redirected you to my door. And I've never stopped writing. So here is what I need from you now. Keep reading. Don't close the book. Don't walk away before the miracle makes its entrance. Don't let fatigue make you forget that every story written by me ends in glory. It may not look like you expected. It may come in forms you never planned. But child, it will come. And when it does, it will make sense why the battle was so intense, why the delay was so long, why the silence felt endless. Because what I am doing now isn't just for your comfort, it's for your calling. I'm writing this story with future generations in mind, with legacy in my heart, and every line I pen is soaked in purpose. You are not a footnote in someone else's narrative. You are the headline of a move of God. So trust the author. Trust the pauses. Trust the rights. I never run out of ink. I never lose the plot. And I'm not even close to done. The best is not behind you, child. The revelation is just beginning. Beloved, I need your eyes. I need your ears. I need your undivided heart in this moment. Because what I'm about to do in your life cannot be diluted by distraction. What I'm releasing next is not subtle. It's strategic, and it will require your full spiritual attention. I know you felt the pull lately. The tug of meaningless scrolling, the lure of unnecessary conversations, the mental loops of worry that steal hours from your day. That's not coincidence. It's tactical warfare. The enemy isn't fighting you with destruction this time. He's fighting you with distraction. Because he knows he can't stop what I've ordained. But if he can deter your focus, delay your momentum, or dilute your discernment, he might just slow you down enough to make you question me. And so I speak this urgently. You cannot afford to be careless with your focus. You're on the brink of breakthrough, and distraction is the devil's last-ditch effort to deter you from divine acceleration. There are moments in every child of mine's journey where a line must be drawn, a holy line that says, "No more wasted time." And you, my beloved, are at that line now. This is a season where clarity must rise above comfort, where obedience must overtake entertainment, where peace must become your priority. Because where I am taking you next, into deeper revelation, wider influence, and irreversible spiritual shifts, you will not survive on shallow attention. You must learn to fix your eyes like flint. You must guard your gaze, because what you feed your attention becomes the appetite of your soul. This is not about legalism. It's about alignment. I'm not punishing you. I'm positioning you. Because one moment of distraction can cost you a divine instruction, and you can no longer afford to miss anything I'm whispering. The instructions I'm giving now are optional. They are operational. They are the blueprint for your next breakthrough. Let me be direct. If the enemy can't destroy your calling, he'll do everything he can to distract you from walking in it. And distraction doesn't always come dressed in rebellion. Sometimes it looks like good opportunities that aren't God opportunities. Sometimes it sounds like familiar voices that no longer align with your growth. Sometimes it hides behind obligations you were never called to carry. But child, I am severing those strings. I am disrupting your distractions. I am burning up false obligations that were never authored by my spirit. And I'm doing it because your destiny demands a focused vessel. What's coming isn't fragile. It's fire. But fire doesn't dwell in split devotion. It consumes those who are fully surrendered. So take this as a divine interruption. Shut down the noise. Silence the excess. Protect your gates. Because this next move isn't casual. It's consecrated. And I will be speaking. Don't miss me because your ears are tuned to everything but me. Tune back in. Refocus. Recommit. Because the next download is coming, and it requires your full attention. My child, you've grieved over things you thought were stolen, opportunities you lost, relationships that slipped through your fingers, plans that fell apart in slow motion while you prayed for them to be restored. You sat in the wreckage of unanswered expectations and asked me, "Why did you let this happen?" You've assumed it was the enemy, assumed it was failure, assumed it was punishment. But listen to me now. Some of what you lost wasn't stolen. It was surrendered by my hand, because I saw what you couldn't. I saw what that relationship would have cost your soul. I saw how that position would have corrupted your peace. I saw how that open door would have taken you in a direction that looked good on the outside, but would have starved your spirit on the inside. I remove it, not to rob you, but to rescue you. And though it felt like loss, it was really liberation. Yes, I let it fall apart. Yes, I let it in. Yes, I let it slip from your hands even while you were begging me to bless it. But child, do you think I take pleasure in your pain? Do you think I ignore your tears? Every moment of your grief was recorded in heaven. Every shattered piece was caught in my hands. But I allowed the breaking because I had to make room. You were holding on to something too small, too shallow, too misaligned. And in my mercy, not my wrath, I let it be taken. Because if I didn't remove it, it would have rooted itself too deep and kept you stuck in a lesser version of your calling. I'm not a God who amputates without intention. I prune to prepare. I subtract to multiply. And I break only what I intend to rebuild stronger. You didn't lose it because you failed. You lost it because I loved you too much to let it stay. Now it's time to see with new eyes. That closed door was a rescue. That silence was protection. That unanswered prayer was my loudest act of mercy. And I'm not done. The space left behind by what I remove is about to be filled with glory. A glory you couldn't have carried if your hands were still full of what I asked you to let go. Your mourning has prepared the soil. Your tears have watered the roots. And what's about to rise from the ashes of loss will be pure, unstoppable, kingdom-infused manifestation. Don't look back with resentment. Look forward with revelation. I didn't allow you to lose. I led you to release. And now that you've let go, I can finally pour out what's been waiting. The space you thought was empty is sacred. The vacancy is victory in disguise. The loss was not the end. It was the beginning of divine overflow. Trust me, I didn't take it away to hurt you. I took it away to make room for what only heaven can deliver. My beloved one, hear me now. Heaven is not waiting any longer. The cosmos is shifting. The atmosphere is bending. Divine acceleration is upon you, and the moments that felt stagnant are about to become supernatural launches. I know how many times you prayed and wondered, is anything happening? But it is, right now. The currents of the Spirit are swirling, the scrolls of destiny are unfolding, and my promises are no longer whispers in the past. They are footsteps approaching, angels dispatched, and grace descending. Your angel has not just been sent. They are already standing near you, poised to deliver what I decreed before time bent into existence. They carry your deliverance, your divine assignments, your breakthrough. What you asked for in desperation, and what you waited on in faith, is walking with you. Do not wait for the next sign. This is it. I release not a breeze but a hurricane of favor. I did not just send assistance. I ordained accompaniment. The battlefield behind you is aligned. The release behind you is activated. And the assignment ahead of you is clothed in angelic strength. You thought you were alone. You believed the silence meant delay. But every moment of divine movement has been calculated, not withheld. Your faith has forged a launch site beneath your feet. Your tears have baptized the ground. Your endurance has summoned the angels. And now, that faithful posture is bearing fruit. The spiritual realm is not responding, it is responded. The sacred couriers of heaven stand ready, literal emissaries not of rumor, but of reality, holding what belongs to you. It is not invisible. It is not theoretical. It is happening. Let me remind you deeply, you are not stepping into emptiness, but into victory. When you begin to walk, you walk as one surrounded, not attacked. When your mouth breaks into praise, you praise with accompaniment. Voices not just heard, but aligned in the lift. When you take risks, you risk from rest, not desperation. When the door opens, you do not go in unprepared, but you enter with power, protection, and promise. I have stationed your angel, but I have also stationed my heart. My kingdom stands with you. This is not the end of waiting. It's the beginning of walking. What you've dreamed of, what you've cried over, what you've believed for, the time of arrival has come. So stand firm, receive what is standing at your side, and move. The future is carrying you. Beloved, the air is too charged for delay. The next step I have for you is not a suggestion. It is a sacred summons. I must speak now, not for dramatic effect, but because your moment of hesitance could cost momentum. Every delay after knowing my voice can cause the current to pass you by. I need your spirit not faint, not fearful, not comparing or calculating, but responding. The key isn't perfection, it's obedience. You've practiced patience. You've been faithful. Now step. Even if you tremble, even if the terrain is unfamiliar, even if your flesh petitions for assurance, obedience unlocks the power of heaven. It transforms movement into miracle. It transforms invitation into inheritance. Your spirit knows this moment, and my voice is urgent because the divine alignment of doors, people, and breakthroughs that have converged around you will not wait forever. Heaven isn't reset on your schedule. The angels are not on pause. What is shifting in the air will shift the trajectory of your life if you move into it. You think hesitation keeps you safe, but hesitation steals what courage would capture. Obedience isn't about saying yes perfectly. It's about saying yes promptly. Yes with trembling lips. Yes with awkward steps. Yes despite voices that say you can't. And yes, I will meet you there. I will work through you. I will amplify what flows through your surrendered soul. Your next step isn't the next step. It is the step. The one that begins the atmosphere of what you've prayed for. So don't stall. Not now. Not when everything is hovering in favor. You've come this far not to stall now. Your breakthrough isn't past. It's paused only until you step. Don't let your mind rewrite the call into something you can't carry. It's not about should I. It's about I will. Trust me when the path looks thin. It's my design, not yours. Trust me when the approval isn't clear. My approval is clear. You asked, I spoke. Now you walk. Let this be the moment you stop holding back. Let this be the moment your yes becomes kinetic, carrying with it the authority of heaven. The key is not answers. It's obedience. Step in faith. I am calling, and I will meet you in the step. Your destiny waits. My child, I've held every tear you wept in the quiet of your soul. Those midnight cries, the whispers between sobs. Yes, I heard them all. You felt invisible, overlooked, like your pain was tucked behind closed doors where no one cared to look. But I saw. I cataloged every ache. I preserved every wound in my memory, not to punish you, but to consecrate your journey. And now, the season of hidden suffering is shifting. The wounds you've buried in silence are being excavated by my glory, and transformed into public blessing. What you once thought would disqualify you is becoming the vault of your breakthrough. The quiet grief that felt isolating is becoming your invitation to testify of my mercy in arenas you never thought possible. I know how you've tried to hide the cracks. You plastered smiles over scars, tried to pretend the healing was complete. You feared that if people knew, they'd walk away. But child, your greatest healing is not in hiding your scars. It's in letting them shine under my light. Because those scars tell a story of divine survival. They are not shameful. They are sacred. And I am about to bring them into the open, not to expose you, but to exalt you. What you've carried alone I will carry with you, publicly, powerfully, prophetically. The hidden battles that drained your strength will be repurposed as testimonies that renew hearts and revive hope. Your pain isn't irrelevant. It's the very pulse of my grace in action. And when it finds voice, you'll see what you thought was buried was actually being planted. You don't need to pretend anymore. You don't need to sanitize your story to be seen by those watching. I want your realness. I want your authenticity. Because I am building a bridge between the throne of heaven and the streets where your scars were formed. And you, yes, you, are the vessel. The hiddenness deepened your intimacy with me. It shaped your compassion. It sharpened your sensitivity to my voice. All of that is not going to waste. I'm pouring glory, my glory, into your broken places. And the display of my redemption through your life will glow so brightly, people will no longer be curious about the glory. They will be curious about the God who healed you. And that's the point. Not to make you famous, but to make me known. Not to validate you, but to validate my power to restore. So don't pull back from your testimony. Don't fear the revealing. Lean into it. Allow me to bring what was hidden into light, and watch how what you thought was your desert blooms into a garden. Your silent sorrow is about to become public praise. My beloved child, hear me intently. I did not call you to a sanctuary of comfort. I didn't lead you to storybook serenity. I summoned you to the arena of your anointing. I called you not to dwell in ease, but to endure. Endurance is not the absence of trial. It is the presence of a fire so divine that it refines rather than destroys. Many seek comfort. Few embrace the crown that only endurance produces. But you, yes, you, have stood when others turned away. You have carried faith when fear whispered louder. You held on to hope when hope was all you had left. That is not perishable character. That is crownable calling. Because your endurance is not a byproduct of your willpower. It is the amplification of my presence in your perseverance. And I am here not to console your weakness, but to crown your worshipful resilience. You prayed for breakthroughs today, but I've asked for breakthroughs in your heart, recounting your journey of perseverance tomorrow. The greatest anointing isn't in the miracle itself. It's in the place where the miracle is birthed through gritty, trembling faith. I am not just honoring what I will do in your future. I'm honoring what you've done in your past when no angel was applauding, when your spirit was exhausted, when your tears were the only offering. That endurance did not go unnoticed. It was preserved in my chambers, recognized by heaven's counsel, and now is being elevated. The crown I bring isn't for the one who lived comfortable. It's for the one who lived courageous, who clung to me when their voice trembled, who pressed in when the path thinned, who believed in my voice when the world spoke louder. That, my child, is worthy of a royal, and not just of relief, but of reverence. So do not measure this moment by how comfortable it is, but by how consequential it is. I am not inviting you into complacency. I am delivering you into crowns. You thought your pain was a prison, but it was the crown molding of your calling. You thought your delays were detours, but they were the refining recesses of your royal alignment. I will not overlook your testimony because it came through pain. I will not negate your calling because your story carried scars. On the contrary, I am coming to lift you, to lift your posture, your presence, to elevate your name because you persevered when many gave up. The reward is not comfort. It is crowning. And when you receive it, you will do so not in relief, but in reverence. Because the one who sustained you and strengthened you is the one standing to applaud your surrender to endurance. The victor receives the crown. And now, beloved, victory is here. Child, can you feel it? The wind has changed. What was against you is no longer allowed to linger. The atmosphere is rearranging itself around my decree. This is not like the last time. This is not another loop in the wilderness. This is a holy shift in the very air surrounding your destiny. The wind is no longer opposing you. It's carrying you. What once required sweat and tears to move even an inch will now be propelled by my breath. You've labored through resistance. You've been faithful when the terrain was brutal and unrelenting. But now, the current of heaven is turning. You are stepping into divine circulation, where the promises that once felt distant will now flow toward you. Not because you've earned it, but because you've endured the process that produced it. You've known the ache of stagnation. You've cried out during seasons that seemed motionless. You wondered if the doors were broken, if the heavens were brass, if your prayers had hit a ceiling. But I was not absent. I was orchestrating what your eyes could not see. I was shifting things so completely that when the release came, you wouldn't just feel movement, you would feel momentum. And that is what is now arriving. Divine circulation doesn't just shift things around you. It transforms how things respond to you. People, platforms, places, resources, what was blocked is now blessed. What was delayed is now delivered. My wind doesn't blow aimlessly. It carries assignments, and you are the target of my outpouring. This is not another lap around the desert. This is an exit into Eden. You are not circling anymore. You are ascending. And here's what I want you to know, deep in your spirit. The shift in the wind is not accidental, it's intentional. It's prophetic. It's personal. It's your appointed time. So let go of the survival strategies that were tied to your old cycle. You don't need them where I'm taking you. Release the bitterness you acquired while waiting. It cannot travel into the new wind. Release the identity you formed in the famine. It has no authority in the season of overflow. I am giving you permission to fly, to trust again, to dream again, to move with me again. Because this is not just wine. It is my whirlwind of glory moving everything into alignment. And it's for you. Let it carry you. Let it sweep you into the places I prepared. The wind has shifted. And this time, it's in your favor. My child, I know you felt the pressure intensify. I know your body is tired, your heart stretched, your soul tested. You've questioned why the warfare has amplified when your faith has remained steadfast. You've wondered why fatigue has arrived like a storm just as you were trying to take one more step. But let me explain this divine tension to you. This isn't a breakdown. It's the final stretch. The weight you're feeling is not because you're failing, it's because you're about to finish. You are closer than you've ever been, and the resistance is rising not to stop you, but to convince you to give up moments before completion. But I will not let that happen. Not on my watch. I didn't bring you this far to abandon you now. I didn't preserve you through the fire just to leave you at the edge of the breakthrough. This is not the end of your strength. It's the beginning of my strength through you. You're standing at the divine threshold. You've crossed every previous barrier. You've grown through every stretching season. You've endured storms that were sent to silence you. And now, the enemy is trying one last tactic: fatigue, weariness, the temptation to settle, a lure of comfort over completion. But hear me now. I am infusing you with supernatural endurance. Not the kind born from human striving, but the kind born from divine partnership. Heaven is cheering you on. Angels are flanking you. And I, your Father, am running beside you. You are not crawling across the finish line. You are being carried across it by grace. And when you do, the joy will not just be in the ending. It will be in the exposure of your true capacity. You are stronger than you thought, more faithful than you realized, and more anointed than you've ever imagined. Don't slow down now. Don't misinterpret the wait as a sign to stop. It is the sign that glory is moments away. Your finish line isn't just a destination. It's a demonstration of your faith, of my favor, of the reward that comes to those who don't quit. This moment right here, this stretch that feels impossible, is where heaven collides with earth. And I am speaking this to you so clearly, because I need you to push one more time. Pray one more prayer. Praise with one more breath. Move with one more spark of faith. Because it's not over. It's opening. You are about to complete what hell tried to interrupt. And when you finish, oh child, when you finish, your rejoicing will echo into generations. So keep going. I'm with you. I'm in you. And you're about to see what perseverance produces when it meets divine timing. My beloved, pause for a moment and take a breath. Not because you are done, but because what I'm about to say will awaken the next dimension of your destiny. You have not merely received information through these words. You have been reformed by revelation. And now, I need you to understand. This is not just another word. It is the inauguration of a new world. The sound you hear in your spirit right now is the creaking open of gates that have been shut for years. The trembling in your heart is not fear. It's the rumbling of spiritual labor. You are giving birth to a reality that has never existed before. The world you've walked in until now, where pain shaped identity, where delay echoed as defeat, where hope was fragile, is closing. And I, your Creator, am opening a new realm where glory, fulfillment, and manifested promise become your new normal. This is not figurative. This is literal, spiritual, tangible. The very climate around your soul is being recalibrated. The heaviness is lifting, not just as relief but as release. What I've planted in you has matured, and what I've matured in you has expanded beyond you. You are not just a receiver anymore. You are a carrier of my next move. The things I whispered to you in secret seasons are about to become the reality that reshapes nations, families, cities, and legacies. The anointing I've cultivated in your cutting is now being activated in your calling. The same oil that cost you your comfort will now become the oil that heals others' wounds. The world you're stepping into will not tolerate passivity, timidity, or hesitation. This new world demands that you show up full of fire, fully surrendered, completely convinced that you are mine. Because I'm not just releasing a season. I'm birthing a shift through you. And child, listen, what comes next must be stewarded with reverence. This is not the time to return to old habits, old cycles, or old thinking. What I've just spoken into you will become reality, but only if you protect it like holy ground. Guard it. Cultivate it. Speak it aloud. Declare it into your atmosphere. Your agreement with my voice must not waver, because your alignment is what activates the avalanche of my blessing. This new world requires new discipline, new perception, a deeper intimacy. The breakthroughs coming will require bold stewardship, because influence without obedience becomes idolatry. And I have not called you to idols. I've called you to impact. You will walk in favor, but only if your feet stay planted in humility. You will see increase, but only if your heart stays anchored in reverence. You will move fast, but only if your pace is synchronized with my whisper. This final word is not a conclusion. It is a commissioning. I am commissioning you now, not just to believe but to build, to move with fire, to carry my presence, to echo my truth in rooms that were once hostile to your voice. You are not who you were when you started reading. Heaven has marked you. Hell has noticed you. And I am placing a seal upon you that says, this one is mine, called, chosen, consecrated. You will walk differently from this day forward. You will speak with new authority. You will dream without apology. Because I didn't just give you a word, I gave you a world. And now, I say, build it, plant in it, prophecy to it, protect it, multiply within it. And as you do, you will see, this wasn't just a message. It was a movement born in my spirit and delivered through your surrender. Now go. This is not the end. This is your divine beginning. This is not just the end of a message. It's the beginning of a movement. You have heard me speak with fire, and now I invite you to become part of the flame. When you support this word, through Super Thanks membership, or the PayPal link below, you aren't funding content, you are funding transformation. You are casting your seed into soil that is drenched with my glory and purpose. I remind you, those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy, Psalm 126:5. And your gift today is a declaration, Lord, I'm part of what you're birthing now. Don't hold back. Your obedience unlocks generational impact and personal increase. Now give, child, and watch me pour rivers of favor into your hands. My child, if you felt my voice stir something deep within you, don't let it stay silent. I have spoken, and now I invite you to respond. Right now, in the comments below, declare with boldness, God, I heard you. I am ready to move. Let all of heaven witness your agreement, and let the enemy see you rise. This isn't just a reaction, it's a revelation that you received the message titled, I must speak to you immediately. Write it. Seal it. Mark this moment as the day everything began to shift. And as you do, listen to me, because I must speak to you immediately. Stop what you are doing. Just for a moment, cease the endless scrolling, the constant planning, the replaying of conversations in your mind. I am calling you to step away from the noise. You know the noise I speak of, don't you? It is not just the sound of traffic or the television in the other room. It is the deafening clamor inside your own head. It is the persistent hum of anxiety about the future, the demanding voice of your job that follows you home, the unspoken tensions that fill the spaces in your family. It is the relentless pressure to be more, do more, and achieve more, a treadmill that has left your soul breathless and deeply weary. You feel it, don't you? That feeling of being constantly overwhelmed, of running on empty, of being pulled in 1,000 different directions until you feel you might shatter. That is not the life I designed for you. That is why I am calling you now, in this very moment. Hear my voice cutting through the chaos. Come away with me. Find the quiet place. It may not be a physical room. It might be the 5 minutes in your car before you walk into your house, or the stillness of the early morning before the world awakens and lays its demands at your feet. Find that sliver of silence and enter into it. I am asking you to turn down the volume of the world so you can finally hear my whisper. My voice is not a shout that competes with the chaos. It is a gentle, steady whisper that waits for you in the quiet. It is the only voice that can bring order to your inner world and peace to your troubled heart. I need you to understand this. This call to silence is not a punishment. This is not me sending you to a corner because you have done wrong. Look at me. This is an invitation to intimacy. You have been living on the surface, surviving on the scraps of hurried prayers and fleeting thoughts of me. I want more for you. I want more of you. I miss the closeness we once shared, the unhurried moments where you simply sat in my presence and let my love wash over you. Your soul is exhausted from the constant performance, from striving and struggling in your own strength. Let me give you rest. Not just the rest of sleep, but the deep, restorative rest that comes from surrendering your burdens and simply being held by your Creator. Do not mistake this quiet for emptiness. The world has taught you that silence is awkward, a void to be filled with noise and distraction. But the silence I offer is not empty. It is full. It is saturated with my presence, my peace, my love. When you quiet your world, you are not stepping into a void. You are stepping into my throne room. It is in this sacred stillness, away from the urgent shouts of your fears and responsibilities, that I will begin to untangle the knots in your soul. It is here that I will show you what is truly important. The worries that seem so massive will shrink in the light of my presence. The path that seemed so confusing will become clear. Come, my child, be still, and know that I am God. Let everything else fade away. It is just you and me now. Listen. Look at your hands, my child. See how tightly they are clenched. Feel the tension in your shoulders, the persistent, dull ache in your back. I see the invisible weight that is pressing down upon your spirit, bending you low. You have grown so accustomed to the strain that you have forgotten what it feels like to stand up straight, to breathe deeply and freely without that crushing pressure. You have been carrying anxieties that belong entirely to me. Let's name them, you and I. It is the weight of the mortgage payment at the end of the month. It is the heavy burden of your child's choices, a weight you carry as if their path was yours to control. It is the deep, unspoken fear for your parents' declining health. It is the weight of that mistake you made years ago, a stone you keep in your own pocket, taking it out to feel its jagged edges and remind yourself of your failure. It is the relentless, exhausting weight of trying to be everything to everyone, the perfect parent, the perfect employee, the perfect friend, and the crushing feeling of inadequacy when you inevitably fall short. You have been gripping the steering wheel of your life with white knuckles, believing that you alone must navigate every turn, anticipate every obstacle, and prevent every crash. But your strength is failing. You are exhausted. And I am here, in the passenger seat, with my hands waiting to take the wheel, and you have not even looked at me. Release your grip. I am not asking you to. I am commanding you to, with all the love in my being. Release the illusion of control you think you have over your life. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control the hearts of others. And you cannot control the rising of the sun. But you are trying to, and it is breaking you. My child, listen to my promise. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light. This is not a poetic phrase. It is a divine exchange I am offering you right now. Trade your struggle for my peace. Hand me the backpack of stones you have been carrying. Let me take the weight of your past regrets and your future fears. Give me the anxiety about tomorrow's meeting, the hurt from yesterday's argument, the worry over next year's uncertainty. This act of letting go will feel foreign to you. You will think that if you let go, everything will fall apart. That is the lie the enemy has sold you. The truth is, your strength is found not in holding on tighter, but in the complete and total surrender of it all to me. Open your hands now. Unclench your fingers one by one. Picture those burdens, the bills, the fears, the failures, and place them into my hands. My hands are big enough. They form the mountains and hold the oceans. They can certainly hold the troubles of your heart. Feel the lightness as you let go. Feel the tension leave your shoulders. Feel the deep, cleansing breath you have been longing to take. This is what it means to walk with me. You were not created to be a beast of burden. You were created to be my child, walking in freedom and trusting in your Father's care. Let me carry it all. Today and out. For too long, you have allowed the world to tell you who you are. Its voice is loud, persistent, and it has left its marks on your soul. I see the labels they have stuck on you, the ones you have tragically begun to believe are true. There is a label that says failure, reminding you of the business that didn't succeed or the relationship that ended in pain. There is another that reads inadequate, a cruel summary from a critical parent or a demanding boss, a voice that whispers you will never be good enough. I see the label of forgotten, placed there by friends who moved on, by a world that seems to celebrate everyone but you. These words have become your internal reality, the lens through which you see yourself. The accuser, the enemy of your soul, loves these labels. He uses them against you daily, hissing them in your ear in your weakest moments, replaying a highlight reel of your every stumble and every sin. Now, I want you to listen to my voice, for it is the only one that speaks the truth. The world did not create you, so it has no authority to name you. I am your creator, and I am telling you to tear off those false labels. They are lies, every single one of them. I call you by your true name, the one I wrote upon your heart before you took your first breath. I call you beloved, not because of what you do, but because of who you are, mine. I call you chosen. You are not an accident, not an afterthought. You were selected, wanted, and planned for a divine purpose. I call you forgiven. The accuser wants to chain you to your past, but I am telling you that the blood of my Son has washed it all away. Your slate is clean. I call you redeemed. Your worth is not measured by your accomplishments, your income, or the approval of others. Your worth was settled for all eternity on a rugged cross, where the King of the universe declared you were worth dying for. That is your price tag. It can never be diminished. So, stop listening to the accuser. When he reminds you of your past, you remind him of his future. You are a new creation in Christ. The old you, the one defined by those painful labels, is gone. It has passed away. The new is here. You are my child, an heir to the kingdom, a joint heir with Christ himself. This is not just a comforting thought. It is your legal standing. Therefore, start walking in the authority I have given you. Hold your head high, not with arrogance, but with the quiet confidence of one who knows who they are and whose they are. When the world tries to stick a false label on you, you will look them in the eye and say, I am sorry. You must be mistaken. That is not my name. Your name is child of the Most High God. Live like it. We must talk about the fear. It has become your constant companion, a shadow that follows you even on the sunniest of days. It is the knot in your stomach when you think about the future. It is the racing of your heart in the middle of the night. It is the voice that tells you to play it safe, to shrink back, to not even try because you will probably fail anyway. This fear has paralyzed you. It has built a cage around your potential, and you have willingly stayed inside, believing the lie that it is safer in there. But I have not given you a spirit of fear. That feeling of dread, that suffocating anxiety, it is not from me. I have given you a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. The enemy uses fear as his primary weapon against you. He knows that if he can keep you afraid, he can keep you from the destiny I have planned for you. He will show you giants in the land, the giant of death that towers over you, the giant of a medical diagnosis that mocks your faith, the giant of a broken relationship that seems impossible to mend. He wants you to focus on the size of your giant, so you will forget the size of your God. But I am telling you today, I am with you. Do you hear me? You do not have to be afraid of the giants in your land, for I am greater than any giant you will ever face. I have a history of dealing with giants. Just ask David. My child, my perfect love for you is the only thing that can cast out this fear. Think about it. When you are truly secure in the knowledge that you are unconditionally loved and protected by the God of the universe, what is there left to fear? Will you fear the opinions of men when you have the approval of your heavenly Father? Will you fear lack when you know that I own the cattle on 1,000 hills? Will you fear the unknown future when you know that I, your good and loving Father, am already there, preparing the way for you? The answer to fear is not to try harder to be brave. The answer is to press deeper into my love. Let my love saturate every fearful thought, every anxious feeling. Let it be the truth that silences the lie of fear. Today I am calling you to make a choice. Let faith, not fear, be the lens through which you see your circumstances. Fear shows you the obstacle. Faith shows you the way through. Fear shows you the giant. Faith shows you the victory. Choose faith. Step out of the cage. The door is open. My child, pause. We have only just begun to pull back the veil. To turn away now, with your eyes only beginning to open to the unseen war I am waging for you, would grieve me deeply. Do not choose the comfort of the shadow just as I am about to reveal the substance of your victory. Stay with me, the most crucial truths are yet to come. You are discouraged because you are looking only at what you can see. You see the conflict with your coworker, the rebellion in your child's heart, the bank account that is shrinking, and you think you are losing. You feel powerless, as if your prayers are nothing more than words echoing in an empty room. This is because you have forgotten a fundamental truth. You are not fighting against flesh and blood. A difficult person is not your real enemy. A frustrating circumstance is not the true source of your struggle. You are in a spiritual battle, and the forces aligned against you are not of this world. But here is what I need you to understand with every fiber of your being. You are not fighting this battle alone. In fact, you are not the primary fighter. I am. If I were to open your spiritual eyes for just a moment, you would be astounded. You would see that your home is surrounded by my angels, celestial warriors who have been given charge over you to protect you in all your ways. You would see them standing guard as you sleep, pushing back the forces of darkness that seek to fill your mind with fear and despair. While you are sleeping, while you are going about your day feeling weary and defeated, I am working on your behalf in the heavenly realms. The battle for your breakthrough, for your family, for your future is being waged and won by me. Do not be discouraged by what you see in the natural world. It is only a shadow of the true reality. You must learn to trust in my unseen power. Your prayers are not empty words. Every prayer you have prayed, every tear you have cried before me, is a potent weapon in the spiritual realm. Your prayers move my hand. They unleash my power. They send reinforcements to the front lines. Do not stop praying. Do not grow weary. You are having a far greater impact than you realize. And remember the most important truth of all. The ultimate victory has already been secured. On the cross, my Son disarmed the principalities and powers of darkness. He made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them by the cross. The war is already won. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from a position of victory. So stand firm. Put on the armor I have provided you. Hold up your shield of faith and watch me work. The battle belongs to me, and I have never lost. Do you ever feel insignificant? Do you look at your life, your daily routine of work, chores and obligations, and wonder if any of it truly matters? Do you scroll through the lives of others and feel a pang of jealousy, a sense that your life is small and unimportant by comparison? This feeling of purposelessness is a heavy burden, and it is a lie from the pit of hell. Listen to me, you were created on purpose, for a purpose. You are not a cosmic accident. You are a divine masterpiece, intentionally designed by me for a unique and vital role in my kingdom. The very combination of gifts, passions, and quirks that make you were handpicked by me. The way you are able to listen and make others feel seen, the talent you have for bringing order out of chaos, the quiet strength that helps you endure. These were not given to you by chance. They were given by me to build my kingdom in the specific corner of the world where I have placed you. Because your path is uniquely designed, you must stop comparing your journey to another's. Comparison is the thief of the joy I have for you. Your chapter 1 may be someone else's chapter 20. The purpose I have for your neighbor is not the purpose I have for you. I have not called you to live their life. I have called you to live yours, with all of its unique triumphs and challenges. And yes, that includes your trials. Do not think for a moment that your suffering has been meaningless. I waste nothing. Even the most painful experiences of your life, the ones you wish you could erase, are being used by me to shape you for my divine purpose. Your pain has given you a compassion for others you would not have had otherwise. Your struggles have taught you a dependence on me that you would never have learned in comfort. I am using it all to prepare you for the good works I prepared in advance for you to do. Your life is a vital thread in my grand tapestry. It may not seem as bright or as prominent as other threads, but if your thread were to be removed, the entire masterpiece would be incomplete. You matter that much to me and to my plan. Do not diminish the importance of your role. Your purpose may not be on a global stage. It may be in the way you raise your children to love me. It may be in the integrity with which you do your job. It may be in the encouragement you offer a friend. But know this, the greatest purpose you will ever have, the one that undergirds all others, is simply this: to know me and to make me known. To walk in an intimate, loving relationship with me, and to let the overflow of that relationship spill out onto everyone you meet. Fulfill that purpose today, in the small things, and you will find the significance your soul has been craving. My child, we must speak now of the heavy thing you carry, the one you try to hide even from me. Is the unforgiveness you hold in your heart. You guard it like a treasure, but it is a vial of poison you drink each morning, hoping it will harm the one who wronged you, while it only corrodes your own soul. You replay the scene over and over in your mind, don't you? The betrayal by that friend you trusted completely. The cruel, cutting words from your spouse that left a wound so deep you fear it will never heal. A neglect from a parent who should have protected you. The injustice from a boss who took credit for your work. You feel the anger, the bitterness, the resentment rising in you even now. You believe your anger is justified, that your unforgiveness is a fortress protecting you from being hurt again. But you are not in a fortress, my child. You are in a prison, and you are holding the key to your own cell. Listen to me. It is a poison. It is the root from which bitterness grows, and that bitterness is defiling every part of your life. It colors your other relationships. It steals your joy. It blocks your prayers. It keeps you tethered to the very person who hurt you, chained to a past that I am trying to lead you away from. You think by not forgiving, you are holding them accountable, keeping them in a debt they owe you. But the only person in bondage is you. I am speaking to you so directly about this because I love you too much to leave you in that prison. As I have freely, completely, and lavishly forgiven you for every sin you have ever committed, so you must really forgive them. This is not a gentle suggestion. It is a command born from my desperate love for your freedom. I know what you are thinking. They don't deserve it. They haven't even said they are sorry. You are right. They probably don't deserve it. But neither did you. My forgiveness of you was not based on your merit. It was based on my mercy, purchased at an infinite cost on the cross. Releasing them does not condone their actions. It does not mean what they did was okay. It does not mean you must trust them again or even have a relationship with them. It simply means you are canceling the debt. You are handing the case over to me, the only righteous judge, and you are choosing to walk away free. It is a legal transaction in the spirit, and it is for your benefit, not theirs. Let me heal the wound that their offense has caused. You cannot do it on your own. Your attempts to protect it have only caused it to fester. Give me the pain, the injustice, the memory. Let my love pour into that broken place. Let me show you that I am more than enough to make you whole again. Today choose to be free. Speak the words out loud, even if your feelings have not caught up. In the name of Jesus, I choose to forgive. Say their name. Release them to me. And step out of the darkness of that prison cell into the glorious liberty I have for you. Why are you so worried? Do you feel that knot in your stomach when you look at your bank account? Does your heart race when you think of the bills piling up, the unexpected car repair, the rising cost of food? You toss and turn at night, your mind a whirlwind of numbers and what-ifs, trying to figure out how you will make it through another month. You see what others have, and a quiet, desperate question forms in your heart. Father, have you forgotten about me? My beloved child, look at me. Cease your anxious striving. I am Jehovah Jireh. It is my name. It means I am your provider. It is not just something I do. It is who I am. Your anxiety is a direct contradiction to my very character. I want you to pause and look outside. Do you see the birds? They do not have jobs. They do not have savings accounts. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns. Yet every single day, I feed them. Not one of them falls to the ground apart from my will. Now look at the wildflowers, the lilies of the field. They do not labor or spin, yet not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If I take such intricate and faithful care of birds and flowers, creations that are here today and gone tomorrow, how much more will I take care of you? You, who are made in my very image. You, for whom I sent my only Son. Your worry is an insult to my love and a denial of my power. You have come to see your need as a sign of my neglect, or of your failure. I see it differently. Your need is an opportunity for me to display my glory and my faithfulness in your life. It is a stage upon which I can perform a miracle for you. It is an invitation for you to experience me as your provider in a way you never could if you had everything you needed. But you are missing the opportunity because you are focused on the wrong thing. You are seeking the provision more than the provider. Hear my instruction, for it is the key to your breakthrough. Seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and all these things, the food, the clothes, the finances, will be added to you. What does this mean in your life today? It means you start your day with me, not with your calculator. It means you make your decisions based on my principles of generosity and integrity, not out of a fear of lack. It means you invest your heart, your time, and your energy in what is eternal, and you trust me with what is temporary. My storehouses in heaven are never empty. I own everything. Stop acting like an orphan, anxiously wondering where your next meal will come from. You are the child of the King. Stand up, cast your cares upon me, and watch what I will do. I have never once failed to provide for my children, and I will not start with you. We need to talk about your service to me. You have become very busy, have you not? You attend the meetings, you serve on the team, you read the daily verse, you say your prayers. From the outside, you look like a model of devotion. But I do not look at the outside. I look at the heart. And I see that your heart is distant, your actions have become mechanical, and your worship has become a routine. My child, I am weary of your empty traditions and your heartless service. Your religious activity does not impress me. I do not want your performance. I want your heart. You have fallen into the trap of religion. You have come to believe that your relationship with me is a checklist of duties to be performed. You think I am a celestial taskmaster, a boss to be placated with service, a king to be appeased with sacrifice. You have it all backward. Religion is what man does in his own strength to try and climb a ladder to me. Relationship is what I have already done, coming down from heaven in the person of my Son, to make a way for you to be with me. I did not die on a cross to give you a new set of rules to follow. I died to give you a new, intimate, loving relationship with your Father. So, stop treating me like a distant and angry deity. Speak to me, not with memorized phrases or religious jargon, but with the real words of your heart. Speak to me as a friend. Tell me about your day. Tell me what made you laugh and what frustrated you. Ask me the hard questions that are swirling in your soul. I am not afraid of your doubts or your anger. I long for your authentic praise and your honest tears. I want the real you, not the polished representative you send to church on Sunday. I long for daily communion with you, not a weekly appointment. I want to be the first one you talk to in the morning and the last one you entrust your thoughts to at night. I want to walk with you through the mundane moments of your day, sharing in your life. This is the relationship I paid for with my Son's blood. When you understand this, your service will be transformed. You will no longer serve out of a sense of grim duty, trying to earn my favor. You will serve out of an overflow of joyful love, a natural response to the incredible love I have poured out on you. Know this: obedience that is born for love is far sweeter to me than any sacrifice that is born from duty. Lay down your checklist. Lay down your performance. And just come, be with me. Let me love you. It is all I have ever wanted. There is a book in your home, likely sitting on a shelf or a nightstand, and it is covered in a thin layer of dust. It is my word. It is the very source of your strength, your wisdom, and your connection to me, and you have neglected it. You have treated it like any other book, something to be read when you have time, or when you feel particularly inspired. You have allowed its pages to remain closed while you fill your mind with the empty noise of the world, the news, social media, entertainment. You are starving your spirit, and you wonder why you feel so weak, so confused, so adrift. You have let dust gather on the very lamp I have given you for your feet and the light for your path, and now you are stumbling in the dark. This book is unlike any other book in existence. It is not a collection of ancient stories or a manual of religious rules. It is alive. It is active. It is sharper than any double-edged sword, and it has the supernatural ability to penetrate your soul and spirit, to discern the very thoughts and intentions of your heart. I want you to change your approach to it. Do not just read my word. Let my word read you. When you come to its pages, you are not merely observing. You are submitting yourself for divine surgery. It will expose the pride you have hidden. It will challenge the motives you have ignored. It will comfort the fears you have not voiced. It will shine a light into the darkest corners of your heart, not to condemn you, but to heal you and set you free. You have been surviving on spiritual snacks, a quoted verse here, an inspirational post there. You are living on second-hand nourishment when I have prepared a feast for you. I am commanding you to come to the table. Feast on my word daily. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from my mouth. It is your daily bread, essential for your spiritual survival and strength. And most importantly, you must understand this. The ultimate purpose of reading these pages is not to accumulate information. It is to encounter a person. In its pages, from Genesis to Revelation, you will find me. The entire volume testifies about my Son, Jesus. When you read, ask my Holy Spirit to open your eyes, to reveal him to you. When you find him in the words, the book will cease to be ink on a page and will become a living encounter with your Savior. Stop neglecting the greatest treasure I have placed in your hands. Ligano. Open its pages. Read it. Here. Let it transform you from the inside out. Your life depends on it. Listen to my heart. I have opened the pages of my very being to you, speaking of forgiveness, relationship, and my written word. If you were to leave this conversation now, it would be like walking away as I am offering you the keys to my entire house. It would wound me to see you satisfied with the porch when I am inviting you into the throne room. There is so much more I must show you. Come now, and do not be afraid. We must go to that hidden room in your heart, the one you keep locked. You know the one. It is where you keep the secret sin, the hidden darkness that you have refused to bring into my light. You think no one knows. You put on a good face for the world, for your family, even for the church. But I see. I have always seen. It may be that addiction to pornography that you indulge in late at night when you think you are alone. It may be the quiet dependence on a glass of wine, or two, or three, to numb the pain and silence the anxiety. It may be the deep-seated bitterness and resentment you harbor toward someone, a root that has now grown into the poison of hatred. It might be a habit of subtle gossip, of tearing others down to make yourself feel better. Whatever it is, you know. And I know. And here is the lie you have been telling yourself. I can manage this. I have it under control. It's not hurting anyone. My child, you are deceived. You believe you are managing it, but it is managing you. It is dictating your moods, stealing your peace, creating a chasm in our relationship. It is a weed, and its roots are wrapping around your soul, choking the life I have for you. You are living in a self-made prison of shame and secrecy, and the effort it takes to maintain this double life is utterly exhausting you. You are terrified of confession because you fear my condemnation. You imagine me turning away from you in anger and disgust. This is the greatest lie of all. Listen to me now, and let this truth shatter your fear. Confession is the path to freedom, not to condemnation. My Son did not come into the world to condemn the world, but to save it. For those who are in him, there is no condemnation. I am not standing here with a gavel, ready to pronounce your sentence. I am standing here with a key, ready to unlock your chains. My grace is greater than your greatest sin. Nothing you can confess will ever shock me or diminish my love for you. I already know everything, and I love you perfectly. I want to heal you from the inside out, to make you whole. But I cannot heal what you refuse to show me.